Let's review clinic management within ImmsBC. To start, in order to do this, you need to be an HA admin role within ImmsBC. Then you need to be within the Classic experience and within the Clinic in a Box application, which you can launch through the app launcher. From here, use the global search to find the clinic that you would like to manage. Let's start by looking at the details. From the Details tab on the clinic profile, you can adjust things such as the vaccines that are offered at that clinic, the minor ailments and contraceptions that can be treated through that clinic, as well as the services. As part of the minor ailments update, we have added a new service, as I scroll down, which is private consulting space. If you'd like to add this to your clinic, you simply click on it and move it from the available list to the chosen list. Perhaps there's been some changes and you need to remove one. Similarly, you select the one from the chosen and put it back into available. Now this clinic's services are near public transit, wheelchair accessible, and private consulting space. The same logic applies on vaccine information and minor ailments and contraception. In this situation, this particular pharmacy does not have the ability to deal with hemorrhoids or nicotine dependence. Let's add them. Simply click from the available and click the arrow to move it over to the chosen field. Once you're feeling good about the detail related to the clinic and how you want it to show on the Citizen portal for booking, simply click Save. Now let's talk about setting up a clinic schedule. Again, given that you are in Classic ImmsBC and the Clinic in a Box application, we're going to complete some steps to set up a schedule. First, we'll search for the clinic that we want to create the schedule for using the global search at the top of the screen. Then we will click on the Scheduler tab, and from the Appointment Type dropdown, we will select Minor Ailments. For those of you who have built vaccination schedules before, the process from here on out is exactly the same. I would caution you to be very mindful about whether you are building a schedule for minor ailments or vaccinations, as they are different and do not overlap. For example, if you work at a small pharmacy where you only have one pharmacist, building a schedule from 9 to 5 for minor ailments and 9 to 5 for immunizations on the same day will result in overlapping appointments and the potential to double book yourself. Please be mindful that these schedules are completely separate and do not intermingle. Currently, ImmsBC does not have the ability to set an appointment for a vaccine or a minor ailment. It has to be one or the other. It cannot be both. Let's proceed with minor ailments. To start, we're going to use these arrows to navigate to the week where we want to build out the schedule. Looking to next week, I can see that we have appointments on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let's set some appointments for Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. First, we'll start by selecting the time that we want to start the clinic. Let's go with 9:15 a.m. Our end time, same thing, just select it from the drop down. Let's go with 5. Our minor ailments appointments will be 15 minutes in length, and on these days we will have 2 pharmacists who are able to work with people coming in with minor ailments. From here, we'll select that it is a custom block because we want to remove some time for them to take a lunch break, and we will go ahead and put this right to active. You might want to put it to planned until you've adjusted it, but we'll do active in here. So you can see that it has automatically calculated the total capacity. It got this number by taking the start time and the end time, timesing it by the duration and the capacity to figure out how many appointments are actually in that day. So you'll notice there's more appointments here because we have more capacity per block than the other days. Next, we'll click on the custom block. From here, we want to take away some capacity for lunch. So let's say from 12 to 1, we want to go down to 1 appointment block to allow, I missed one, there it is, to allow one of the pharmacists to take a lunch break. So we've clicked the blocks that are impacted, we've adjusted the capacity per block, and now we click Save. We get the success and we're good to go. If we wanted to actually remove these blocks altogether and give both of them a lunch break, we could simply make the blocks inactive. Once I click save, I'm now able to go and move this counter down to 0. And now I can hit save and those blocks will disappear entirely. So now we can see there's a gap between 12 and 1. There are no appointments in that space. This process can get a little cumbersome if you're trying to book many weeks in advance. So luckily there is the option to mass clone. Let's say that we know starting that on June 20th, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, this clinic is going to have the exact same schedule. In order to essentially copy and paste this moving forward, we can go to the details, just kidding, the related tab, the appointment day management, and look for the appointment on the 20th. In order to do that, we may need to click View All. From here, I can sort by the appointment date, so we'll sort this to come to the top, and I'm looking for June 20th. I think I set this the wrong way. Here we go. I want June 26th, June 20th, minor ailments. From here, I can click on the name, which will open up that appointment record, and I can click Mass Clone. I'm going to choose the start date as the 20th, and the end date, let's go into July on a Saturday. How about July 15th? We want to duplicate this every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. From here, we just click Clone. This may take a few seconds to load depending on how many records you're building at once, but once you've done that, it has essentially copied and pasted that schedule into all of those days that you just selected so that you don't have to manually go in and re-enter that information.